Hi, I'm Pete Schellenbach, culinary specialist with Vulcan. We're here in the test kitchen today to show you all of the features and benefits of the Vulcan CEF 40 countertop fryer. So I'm standing in front of the Vulcan CEF 40 countertop electric fryer. It is a 40-pound fryer in a countertop design. As I stand here, I can't believe that it's a 40-pound fryer. That's an enormous quantity of oil for a frame that's this small. It is an all stainless steel tank, sloped at the bottom for easy draining. 10-year limited warranty on this stainless steel tank. The fryer is actually available with or without legs, so you can change the height of it and also adapt it more easily to whatever base it's sitting on. Right now it's sitting on a refrigerated base, so if I wanted to keep fresh product in there, I could just open the drawer of my Traulsen refrigerated base, add that fresh product directly into the fryer, and make a really nice tight little workstation here to work from. The fryer is Energy Star. It is 85% efficient because it's an electric fryer. Obviously the heating elements are ribbon style heating elements are right down in the oil. The fact that it's a ribbon heating element means that it has a wider surface area that gives off more BTU energy into the oil. That translates directly to faster recovery times, lower ticket times for your operation, which translates into more table turns, which then translates into more money. We all know the high cost of hoods. Hoods are running now with installation, hoods are running as high as $5,000 a linear foot. So the more that I can shrink the size of the line, the better. The lower my build out costs, the more money I have to channel through other areas of my operation. One of the reasons that this fryer was designed like it is, with such a small footprint, is because the restaurant that we were working with was literally trying to shrink the size of the kitchen in order to add more seats in the front of the house. So Vulcan delivered. You're doing a lot more with less here, a smaller footprint, and that really counts when minutes matter. Vulcan spared no expense in the development of this fryer, which was actually developed in partnership with a global QSR customer, trying to develop a fryer that was going to be adequate for their needs. They had a pretty stringent set of requirements that Vulcan was able to work with them and meet those needs. One of the things that was necessary for the operation was temperature range, so that they had the ability to change their menu as needed. So the thermostat here is from 200 to 400 degrees, but to me the best feature about this thermostat is that it will activate with only a 2-degree swing in temperature of the oil. What that means is, as I drop cold product into the oil and the oil begins to cool, it will only cool 2 degrees before the thermostat triggers the heating element to fire again and bring the temperature of the oil back up to its set point. By having such a fine thermostat, it means that I'm going to have the oil that spends more time right at my set point. The more the oil stays at the set point, the higher the quality of my food is going to be. So I'm going to show inside here our electric countertop. You can see here's the control that I was saying is accurate to within 2 degrees of set point. I've got my power button, I've got my start button, and one thing to note in there is that I've got a special switch. If I am using solid shortening, I need to heat that shortening up much more slowly than I would if it were a liquid shortening. We're actually seeing more and more orders for solid shortening again, which for years had fallen almost completely out of use. So having that switch where the fryer will heat more slowly and melt that shortening before turning up to full power and bringing it up to temperature is important so that we don't burn that oil. So now that I've covered a couple of the features of our countertop fryer, now I'm going to add some fries and some fish, and we're going to do classic fish and chips. So on the exterior of the CEF 40, I have 2 lights here. One is a green light to tell me that the fryer is on and running. And then the second light down here, this amber light, only comes on when the fryer is actually calling for more energy, when it's heating. So from just at a glance, you are able to see what the condition of the fryer is, see what it's doing. And the nice thing is it also gives you an indication of just how fast this fryer heats up. I dropped in a lot of cold product just a couple of seconds ago. Obviously that cold product dropped the temperature of the oil, but then the oil picked right back up to its 350, and my warming light's already back off. A couple of other features that I can mention here on the CEF 40 is that this front rail and shelf is actually a condiment rail, so I can put pans of products that I'm going to need at my fry station right here at the fryer. And then also the basket hook that you usually see on the back of a fryer, that little lip where the baskets rest. In the CEF 40, that is integrated into the entire structure of the heating element. So it cut down on the manufacturing costs. It also cuts down on the footprint needed to have this fryer be fully functional. Just a couple of really great designs from Vulcan. So my fries are all finished, and I'm going to dump these into our Frymate fry station. So our Frymate station here that's next to my CEF 40 is a fantastic add-on to a Vulcan line. I can also add this infrared heating element above. This is an accessory to the Frymate, but that infrared heating element uses very gentle infrared heat as opposed to more direct radiant heat. This infrared will keep the product warm without drying out the top. The Frymate also has storage underneath, the same size as a normal fryer. So I can keep cleaning brushes, I can keep other accessories that I'm going to need at my fry station right here at my dump station. My fish is finished as well. I'm going to pull that up, let that drain off some of the oil, and now we're going to go plate up our fish and chips. Here I've got a classic fish and chips, fried cod and french fries with a homemade tartar sauce. Now I'm going to do kind of a fun dish. It's fried bananas Foster. What I've done is I've cut some bananas into chunks and I made some pancake batter. And now I'm going to fry the bananas in the pancake batter in the fryer, and then I'm going to top it with a bananas Foster sauce. To do this, I'm going to put the basket in first and then very gently drop the bananas in. If I didn't do it this way, they would drip into the basket and then burn the batter into the wire frame of the basket. So real quick dessert item, fried bananas Foster. Bananas that have been dipped in pancake batter. I just need to go in long enough to cook the pancake batter, and that is done. They're all floating like they're supposed to. Take the basket out, let it hang for a quick second to drain off any excess oil, and then I'm going to be able to go over and plate. I've made the Foster sauce in a skillet on my Vulcan heavy duty range, and I'm going to spoon that over the fried bananas. Here I've got a really fun dessert. It's a fried bananas Foster. Be great to serve this with a topping of either whipped cream or some vanilla ice cream. So when we're finished frying for the day and we're ready to filter this fryer, the CEF 40 comes standard with an extended drain pipe. The way this would work is inside my control panel, I would turn everything off first. Then I would attach this extended drain pipe to the drain pipe that's in the unit. And now I can safely remove the hot oil into a mobile filter station, for example, to filter the oil and then pump it back into my fryer for the next shift. If you have any questions about our mobile fry filter, please feel free to check out our previous a la carte video specifically about fry filtration.
Thanks, Pete. My name is Mike Conway, Business Development Manager for griddles, broilers, and fryers. We spoke about our CEF Countertop Electric Fryer. We do offer that in a 40-pound and 75-pound tank options. Allows your customer to do more with less, putting more in their dining room, taking up less space under the hood. With our 85% energy efficiency rating, we will save your customer money during production and during idle times.